Hello. Now, this bathing suit is a little particular because if you've noticed, there is the solid black fabric and there is also sheer fabric. And it's done in a geometric type of design. Now, the neckline here is asymmetric and it's like, it just looks like a one shoulder strap. And this sheer mesh we have here, it just gives an illusion of a like a cutout fabric was cut out from it, but it keeps it all intact, solid. Okay, so you have this material here and the sheer material. Now, although this is designed in this way, it does give a full coverage. So let's go and try to do this swimsuit. Let's begin drafting out our basic swimsuit. So we're going to click on our pen tool, and from this point here, we're going to just draft out the basic swimsuit. Now we're going to curve this part here, and we're going to get the edit pattern tool, fix this here a bit. You can even curve it a little better. Let's see, edit curve tool. Okay. Um, this part we can bring out a bit. Okay. And with our edit arc tool, or we can even use, we can still use the curve tool. Here we could do like this. Let's fix this here. We can go to our point tool here and we can try to shape up this part here like that. Edit pattern tool. Delete the point. Here we can just convert it to a curve point. And with the edit curve tool, we can sort of put it in like that. Okay. So now we're going to, with the select move tool chosen, right click and get a symmetric pattern. Then we're going to copy and paste, Control C, Control V, move it to the back. Then flip it orientationally and segment so. So already here, okay, we've forgotten this part here. To do that, you can just hide the avatar. and so. Now we right click in the window and show all avatars. We bring back the avatar, and here she is. Now we're going to, before we start drawing any lines, we're going to just take off the symmetry. So we click on our edit pattern tool and we're going to just, we can merge it first if you want, and then we just cancel the axis. And we can do that for the back piece too. Now we're going to start drawing the lines. Now here we have the shoulder strap here, right around this area. So with our pen tool, we're going to go from this area to right around here. So you select your pen tool and we can go from here and right to about, I would say, here. Okay. It's this part here wasn't really curved. What was curved is the line now that goes from here to about, I would say, here. So we're going to do that. We're going to take, with the pen tool already selected, we're going to go from here to around here. Yeah, I would say here. It's good enough. Now, this line was wavy, so we're going to select our Edit Curve tool, and we're going to add some points, one here and one here, and we're going to manipulate those points so that we have that wavy effect. So this here came down a bit, whereas this one came up. So more or less like this. Now, the second part here now, it's was the line. First, we're going to draw the line. Let's concentrate on that first. And it ran from somewhere around this part of the armhole, this here, this section here, to down about here. So we're gonna start here and maybe I'll start a little higher up. Control Z, okay, to undo. I'll start about here, okay. And we ran about, I would say, almost midpoint. Let's say about here. Okay, let's say about there. And this was the first line. Here again, always looking at the image of the photo we're going to adjust. So we did this part here, this one here. Now we're going to do the second one. I'm going to bring back the image so you can see. Here it is. So this one we did here. Just take note. If we have to curve this a little more, we'll do that. But here again, this second one, the line began here and we draw just a straight line and then we curve it. And then here again, just a straight line and then we curve it, slightly curve this one. So let's continue. So this one now, we're going to begin curving it. Select our edit curve tool. Here, we're going to go here and we're going to do 1 point here, 1 point here like we did. Here, down here, it was a slight curve like this. Okay, not like that. Oh, okay, not like that. Here is okay, let's get rid of this point here. So we deleted that point because I'm just concerned about this one here. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay, now maybe this point here, let's see, where is like that? Okay, that's better, I think. Yeah, we're going to get this up a little bit more. Get this down a little bit more. Okay. So something more or less like that. Here for the top part, you can, if you want to, you can delete. I'm going to show you one of two ways. You can delete this section if you want to. It's really not necessary because what we're going to do, we're going to put the sheer fabric here, the solid black here, sheer fabric here, solid black here, sheer fabric here, and solid black here. So you can delete it if, especially if there is support. That's not a problem. Or you can leave it and just put the sheer fabric. So let's just delete it, see what happens. Okay, so we've deleted that. Now, we can do the same for the back piece because we have this really solid black piece. Because the pattern, I really wasn't shown how it looked at the back, but we can also do the same, or we can just leave it alone and we just apply black. But be careful now, if we just leave it alone, apply black, you see what's going on here. Now, what we'll do is with the select move tool, and the back pattern selected, we delete it, the back pattern. We concentrate on this here now. And what we can do is we right click and select symmetric pattern with seam. Now we're going to sew these pieces together using the MN free sewing tool. We're going to hide the avatar. And in the 2D window, let's separate these pieces so that when we start sewing, we don't get confused. Before we do that, let's just check out here let's untick the cloth thickness. And this here, the back piece, you see, this is the wrong side. That's not good. We have to, okay. So what we do, we right click and we just flip this pattern horizontally. So when we flip it horizontally, you see how it lines up. Now we're going to go on to our MN free sewing tool here, but before we do that, I'm going to be sewing the pattern pieces in the 2D window, so you need to separate them because when you sew from point to point, sometimes you can miss one, especially if the pattern pieces are all bunched up together. So let's see if we can just separate them. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and edit to the sewing or whatever. But for now, let's just try to do this. Here, this part here, there's an extra point that we don't need. So select the edit pattern tool and we can easily delete this point. Now, we're going to check to see what we're doing in the 3D window at the same time to see if everything is turning out right. So select the MN free sewing tool. And here we can begin here where we click once. Okay, it's in the 3D, so in window, it's just, we see those points, but it's reflected on the other side. Okay, press enter, and we go here. And we press enter. So let's go to the other side. Here it is. Everything's fine with the sewing relationship. Let's proceed now. What we're going to do now is right click and bring back our avatar. Simulate to see if everything's okay. And everything seems to be okay. What we can do is like off up the skin offset so that the material just doesn't go into the skin so much. Okay. Okay, that's good. Now, okay, that's fine. Now it's time to just add the material. So we go up to our object browser, click on the plus sign, click again, because we have to add black and sheer material. This one here, we just can turn this black. And this fabric here, we turn it sheer. We turn it sheer by clicking on it. We can label it before we begin. I can just put transparent. And here in the property editor, we have to adjust the alpha by bringing it down like that, the value. So we're just in the opacity like this. And then now we just have to apply. The image, we saw that there was at this part here, this section here, that's sort of that strip of fabric. So we can do this. So here she is. Put these pieces, strips of fabric, of course, here at the sides so that everything connects easily. Now, of course, at the back, if you want more coverage, what you do is you take the black fabric and you can just drag and drop here and accordingly. But the important thing is the technique, the way you can work with how to work with these pattern pieces. So then you can style them accordingly. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.